Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I'm Star. The message I heard is you gotta move. The scripture comes from Testament to the 12 Patriarchs. The Testament of Ashir, the 10th son of Jacob and Zilpah, 7 and 3. And you will be set at nothing in the dispersion, vanishing away as water, until the Most High will visit the earth, coming himself as a man, eating and drinking with men, and breaking the head of the dragon in water. He will save Israel and all the nations, God speaking in the person of this man. Also, the testament of Joseph, the 11th son of Jacob and Rachel, 2 and 1. And this chief captain of Pharaoh entrusted his house to me, and I struggled against a shameless woman, urging me to transgress with her. But the God of my father Israel delivered me from the burning flame. So here's the message. God said, for someone, one thing that you haven't realized with the things that you have had to go through in life is that a lot of the tribulations that you have had to overcome were placed in your life and upon your journey to push you further. And even though at the moment that it was happening, it felt like you were under a lot of pressure and you didn't know what to do and you were stressed out and I just felt like God said it pushed you further, and it's like it boom. Like I don't even know how to explain it. And I don't know why I've been stuttering so much through the videos. Lord, I cast whatever evil spirit is trying to interrupt these messages to the pits of hell where it belongs. But I just feel like this is somebody, every time the enemy came messing with you, it's like you God threw you forward. It's like you went, like the enemy thought that he was pulling you back. But in reality, it's like a slingshot. He pulled you back and then you went forward further than you already were. Further than he thought you was finna go. Further than what was expected of you. God said every time you are under attack, you are going so much further than what anybody ever thought. God said you gotta move. And sometimes it's a physical move. For some people, you ain't going to be able to do what God wants you to do where you are. Regardless as to why. Maybe you ain't going to be able to get married where you are. Maybe you ain't going to be able to have the friends that you desire where you are. Maybe you're not going to be able to build your life where you are. Maybe you're just not going to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you somebody where you have, every time you make a friend, here comes somebody trying to destroy your friendship. Every time you got you a man, here comes somebody trying to destroy your relationship. You can't you can't. How could you? How could you possibly build a life around somebody that is insisting on trying to tear your life apart? God said you got to move. And for somebody, it could be a situation where mentally you have to move. It doesn't always mean physically. It could be a mental situation where you have to move. You have to move from the state of mind where you are to a new state. And, this could simply be somebody you are constantly thinking that it is impossible for you to do this, that, and the third. And God said you got to come out of that state of mind. It could be a situation where you are thinking that the person God has for you, it has a certain kind of background, and they got to have a certain kind of job, and they got to dress a certain way, and they got to do this, that, and the third. And the person that God has for you is the complete opposite of what you think. But you keep on dating people like what you think, what you believe God is going to send you, instead of actually dating someone like what God actually has for you. And I'm being reminded of this movie I was watching last night, where I forgot the name of it. I feel so bad, but it was my first time watching it. But she had the perfect guy. He was there the whole time. He helped her give birth to her daughter. He, helped her. He was always watching her daughter for her. He always had her back, a shoulder to cry on, somebody she could trust. And the whole time he was in love with her and she couldn't even see it. She couldn't see it because she was in love with the bad boys, the rugged and tugged boys, the baby. And then, you know, at the end of the movie, they married each other and happily ever after. But I just feel like for whoever this is for. And, you know, the interesting thing about that movie is she felt like she wasn't good enough for him. And he felt like she was. And it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like God is saying for somebody, you don't even realize that the person he has for you is the complete opposite of what you keep going after. And the person that he has for you is in the category of someone you would think that you're not good enough for. And they not going to think that. They going to think the opposite. You think that you're not good enough for them, and they think they're not good enough for you. But you got to get out of that mind state. You got to move. You got to move out of that mindset in order to find this person. You got to move away from that location in order to find this person. You're not going to be able to build the life that God has for you where you are, regardless if it's physically, spiritually, emotionally, or simply just mentally. It's a situation where you ain't going to be able to get what God has for you where you are. You just can't. And that's the message. You got to move. God said you got to move. There's some kind of change that has to happen regardless if it is within you. Or it could even be a physical change. Maybe you know what I'm saying, become a new person. You know what I'm saying? I saw a video about that earlier today. I didn't watch it, but it just said, you know, if you feel like you don't like yourself, change. And I thought about that. I was like, a lot of people seem to be scared of that. Like that, I feel like there would be so much less drama in this world if people had that mindset. If you don't like something about yourself, change it. Nobody can stand over you with their foot on your neck saying, no, you got to stay this way forever. So, because baby, when I say, if I'll change it in a second. If it's something I don't like, I'll change it. And that's just what it is. And it's not going to be a situation where I'm, you know what I'm saying, going to be concerned with what nobody got to say about whatever change I made. I made the change and that's that. It's my life. And I feel like for whoever this is for, it's your life. You have all rights to change your life. You have all rights to change whatever about yourself. If it, like, regardless to what it is. Just like if you don't like the way your hair is looking today, you can change it. If you don't like the way your nails look, change it. If you don't like whatever it is, you could change it. You have all authority to change these things about yourself. God said you're going to have to move. You're going to have to change some things. And every time God said we're going to move, it don't even mean physically. Sometimes it is mentally. But God said you are going to have to change some things about yourself in order for you to have the life that you seek, that you desire, and that God desires for you. That's the message, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to say, while I'm relaying this message, I feel this anger. It's like an intense anger. And I feel like for whoever this is for, the enemy do not want you to make those changes. The enemy does not want you to meet your spouse. The enemy does not want you to have the children that you are still destined to have. The enemy does not want you to move forward with your life in any shape, form, or fashion. But the enemy does not have any authority over what God has called over your life. What God has called for you to do. The enemy don't have no authority over that. The enemy does not control that. And that's just what it is. And that's the message. You know, for whoever this is for, I hope that this encourages you to make whatever changes that you feel that you need to make. Whatever necessary changes you need to make in order for you to see the change in your life that you want to see. Because sometimes we assume that it's other things that are holding us back when it's really us. Because like I said, the enemy doesn't have the authority to really hold you back. You are allowing the enemy to hold you back. You are allowing yourself, you are allowing it to happen. God said whatever changes you see fit, go ahead and make them. And once you make those changes, you are going to see a shift in your life. Just like sometimes they say a shift in reality. A shift in reality could literally be someone making a decision to move somewhere else. You are going to see a shift in your reality because the place that you used to live, you don't live there no more. It could be a shift in your reality. Somebody deciding, you know what, I'm going to lose weight. That would be a shift in your reality because you don't look the same anymore. A shift in your reality could simply be changing your hair, because now that you have changed your hair, there has been a shift in your reality because your hair is different and now you look different. I just feel like God is saying for somebody, there is some kind of change that you got to make in order for you to receive the reality you desire, the reality you seek. And that's the message, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.